Hey YouTube, what's up?
As well, but
Back at it again in the Mustang on another day off. How's everyone doing? Not that it, I guess, matters because you can't answer me. So what am I doing today? As usual on my days off, nothing. But what I normally do is kind of go window shopping. Father's Day is in a couple of days. I'm actually thinking I'm gonna go look at some Father's Day sales. So therefore, I'm gonna be hitting up Best Buy and another place for a surprise, which I most likely won't get today. It'll probably be Friday when I get paid, because I don't get paid by YouTube. So, but anyway, so how about we get started and let's leave. Best Buy. I plan on hitting up PetSmart. My puppy needs some new toys because she's torn up all the other ones. You know those Kong things? They say that they're indestructible, but all three of my dogs have torn up those Kong things quite easily. So I don't know if I'm getting my money's worth, or should I just stop buying them? I'll probably just stop buying them because they're pretty expensive. But yeah, so anyway, I'm driving in the Mustang today, which is the only thing I pretty much drive in unless my wife and I and the baby are going somewhere. We usually take the Cherokee. But yeah, it's a pretty hot day. I'm sorry if you guys hear the air conditioning in the car, but we're in Houston, Texas. It's 89 degrees outside. That doesn't sound like it's too hot, at least to me, probably to Houstonians around Houston, but it is pretty humid. And if you've been watching the news lately, as I told you before, it's been raining a lot, it's been flooding, so we're like on the equator or something, I don't know, but it's just getting hot outside. So yeah, but yeah, I'm not planning on really doing much today. Just making sure I get some shopping in. My wife already told me she's probably not going to give me anything for Father's Day, so I'm probably going to have to get my own thing. I really need new tires. I probably shouldn't be buying what I want to buy, but I'm going to buy it because I'm buying it for you guys, to be quite honest with you. And I'll reveal what that is. It's nothing too big, but I think something that's gonna be pretty cool for the channel. I hate this intersection. I didn't know if that was a cop. I love driving this thing every day. What I hate is driving it in the morning. As you probably can figure out, I drive a standard transmission, and Houston traffic is one of the worst traffic conditions in all of America, at least. We have like the second or third worst traffic. I think we even have worse traffic than yellow light. Sorry. I think we have even worse traffic than New York. I think I read that somewhere. I think so, but don't quote me on that. Don't quote me. Driving this thing in the morning, I just hate it because I don't really get to enjoy it, because all I'm worried about is stop and go, stop and go, stop and go, and oh, these yellow lights. Just ran a red one. No, I didn't. No, I didn't. I just hate driving this thing in the morning. But on days like this where it's beautiful, the sun is out, there's not a lot of clouds, it's not raining, unfortunately it's hot, but at least it looks nice out. I really like to take my cars out like this. Father's Day, going back to that, I'm thinking I'm gonna go to Galveston Car Cruise, just basically like a car meet, and then we cruise to Galveston, Texas, which is essentially is an island with dirty beaches. But no, it's a really cool event. usually what happens, I haven't been to one in actually a few months now. In fact, the last video I posted was the last time I went, and I think I posted the date on that video as well. So I don't know if anything has changed, but usually I'll go with either a buddy or my wife and the baby will go too, just because, you know, sometimes we just want to get out of Houston a little bit, just to kind of go on a little trip. And since it's Father's Day, I may actually do that this weekend. I don't need anything from my wife. I'll just drive to Galveston, probably with my wife and child. No, it's a pretty cool event. And then we used to park on a wall on a like one of those big slopes, but I don't know if Galveston has stopped allowing us to do that, because the last time I heard anything about it, the cops were kind of cracking down on that, because nobody got permission from the city of Galveston for us to park on that particular wall, you know. Already at Best Buy. So question is, should I park in the back? I don't plan on being in here too long anyway, so I think I'll park here. Oh look, this car behind me is leaving. I was about to say, because he's kind of over the line anyway. See, you guys got me talking to you and not concentrating. I'm hitting the curb. I never hit the curb, except for this one time actually, but I'll tell you guys about that when I'm out of Best Buy. It happened in my my Charger. All right, so I'm back. Good news, didn't buy anything. Bad news, didn't buy anything. That's pretty much the bad news. Got back in my car and something was going on with the camera, so I had to go ahead and fix that. So I've actually been sitting in the car for about 10 minutes or so. So how about we get started? I'm gonna tell you my story about me scraping my wheels on my Charger. So if you want to go back to one of my videos, one of the first videos I made, it was I guess a quick review of a Charger, or of my Charger, where it was dark outside and blah blah blah. So as you know, when you go back and look at that video, it was a black on black Charger. So it was a Charger RT with the blacktop package on it. One day on my day off, I decided I'm gonna go eat IHOP on my own, get some food, like a loner. I like to back in, mainly because, as I said, I like to have a quick getaway, be able to get out as soon as possible, and then also I like to be able to see everything while I'm coming out, and I'm able to inch out a little bit better than backing out. Backup camera is great and all, but I still don't like backing out, so I rather back in. I must have forgotten how to pull in. So I get to IHOP and there's a spot right next to a curb. You know, you have the curb and then the spot in the line that's on the, you know, so that you can park in the parking spot. So I was like, okay, let me go ahead and pull into this curb. I mean, not into the curb. Apparently that's what happened, but pull into this spot. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stop and tell you the story, because I'm actually gonna go to the bank as well. But so I decided I'm just gonna pull in just like I'm pulling in right now. And I was pulling into the left, and what is this dirt? I was pulling into the left. So the parking spot's right here. I pull into the left and I try to park as close to the curb as possible. So while I'm trying to park as close to the curb as possible, so that if anybody was to decide to park next to me and decide to swing their door open, hopefully it doesn't hit my car. Especially with the car being black, you can see any nick. But during that process of turning in, my front passenger side wheel, I hear, and I just stopped. I just stopped right there, right then and there. Stopped. And I back out and I get out the car. I'm in the middle of the parking lot. I go over to the side and there's a scrape about that long. Both my fingers. About that long. Hold on. There we go. about that long, just going around the rim. I was pissed at myself. I looked at that thing and I was just like, I can't believe I did this. And still went inside and I ate, you know, I was hungry, but I could not stand the feeling of knowing that there was a white scrape on my black wheels. What I ended up doing was, you know, I'm a part of a few car groups on Facebook, posting up, hey, does anybody know where I can get this fixed for a good price and blah, blah, blah. And so someone messaged me about a guy at a BMW dealership, but I went up there and I just showed up, and the guy, he was great, and he fixed it like that, took cash. He took that cash and he didn't do anything for BMW. It was basically he pocketed all the cash, but I only paid about $75 to get it fixed. But man, I remember scraping it, and ever since then, I don't think I've ever pulled in, at least in one of my cars, pulled in again, just because I'm afraid of that happening again. But like I said, I back into everything, and you know, I'm thinking that maybe I just forgot how to park correctly, for the fact that I like to back in a lot. But yeah, that's my story. I know it wasn't as interesting as you probably thought it would be. I'll tell you one thing, never been in an accident, knock on wood, if I had any wood grain up in this bitch. I'm gonna go ahead and run this errand, and I will be right back. All right, I'm back again. I don't know if you can tell. Let's see, can you see there's a white Camaro behind me. Can't see, can you? Oh yeah, it's right. Hold on, I'm looking off my phone. There. Right there. You can see it, it's right there. Always trying to show us up, them Camaro owners. But you know what? I love Mustang to death. But the new Camaro, the 2016 models, I don't know. I'm starting to take a liking to them, especially in black. I actually test drove one a few months ago. It was a white one. It was an SS. It didn't have the active exhaust or anything, and it was nice. To be quite honest, at the time I test drove it, I was like, you know what? I can't let my Mustang. It's not worth it. But I've been seeing the SS's in black, and my gosh, those things look amazing, especially when they're coming down the road, coming this way and I'm going that way. You know, you got them daytime running lights on where it makes that little smile type thing. Damn. I'm not gonna lie, they look really nice. Now I'm not gonna go and drop $40-something thousand for it. I mean, that's not bad, especially if it has the Corvette engine with the ATS-V platform. I mean, it looks nice, and the engine sounds amazing, and I love the rev matching. If I got a Camaro, it's gonna be standard transmission anyway. But they have paddles still there, but not for the shifting, but to turn on and off the rev matching. And actually, the shifting in the Camaro, the 2016 Camaro, was the clutch was a lot lighter than this one, than the clutch here in the 2015 Mustang, because 2015 Mustang clutch is a little bit heavier, I've noticed. I felt like I didn't even have to hit the clutch to even shift. It was really nice, you know, but I mean, I don't know, I really like how the Mustang feels when I shift, but that's just my personal opinion. But yeah, those new Camaros, I'm thinking about just going to test drive them one more time. Even though every year around this time is when I start feeling like I want to get a new car, but I don't know why. For the last 3 years, it's been like that. I had the 2012 Mustang at the end of 13. I had it all the way until I got the 14 Charger at the end of 14. Then August of last year, I got the 2015 Mustang, this car. Not even a year later. It was like maybe 10 months later, I got this car. So I need to stop, because I'm losing money on each and every single one of these. Sheriff. So I really need to stop buying cars. So, I mean, I really shouldn't go and test drive it, but I kind of want to go and test drive it. Now, I love the interior of the new Camaros compared to the old ones. I have a buddy who has a 2012, 13 or so, and the interior. I've always thought the interior of the last gen Camaro was just crap. It was pretty shitty. I'm not gonna lie. And I really hated how low the roof line was. To look out the vehicle. I mean, I've never been in an accident. Like I said, knock on wood. But if I was ever getting an accident, I feel like it would be one of those if I was driving that, just because I couldn't see out the darn thing. But I'm willing to give it another try just because of how good it looks. Now, when it first came out, I didn't like the way that the Camaro looked too much. I felt like it looked like the new Camrys, the front of it. With the front end, it literally looks like a Camry, in my opinion. But now, all of a sudden, I kind of like it. I don't know what it is. I really don't know. That's just how I feel about the Camaro, and obviously I wouldn't drop down to a V6 or a 4-cylinder. It would have to be a V8. As far as the trims, I'm not very savvy on the trims or what the names of the trims are, but if I was to get another car, and especially if it's a Camaro, it's going to be a higher model than this, because my Mustang's essentially a base model GT, so I don't have navigation. I don't have a big screen in the dash. Obviously, it has backup camera because you saw me backing in earlier, but I mean, it's on a small screen, you know. But I would want something that's gonna give me a little bit more technology in it, you know. So that's if I was to go and try and get a Camaro. If, but I'm most likely not. I'm planning on keeping this, hopefully for the whole time it's financed for, but at least another 2 years or so until the new Mustang body style comes out, you know. I really like the way the new Challengers look, the classic taillights, the classic yet updated taillights in the back, like along with the halo lights in the front. Now, wouldn't get an RT model, it'd have to be a Scat Pack or better for me. Just because of how heavy the car is, I'd be losing performance, at least in my opinion. I would be losing performance because my buddy who used to have a Charger, the 2014 Charger, and he had that car while I had the 2012 V6 Mustang. Me and him, we did one little race coming out of a car meet, and I mean, I kept up with him. I mean, I had a V6 Mustang that was what, 305. It was rated at 305 horsepower, and I just had a cold air intake in there. And my buddy, his was an RT Charger. He had a cold air intake as well. I don't know what the stock on RT Charger was back in 2014. I don't remember what it was, but I kept up with him pretty well, to be honest. Automatic, you know, my car was an automatic. So I mean, if I was to get another Mopar vehicle, another Dodge, it would need to be at least a Scat Pack if I'm gonna go back down that road. It would be great if it was a Hellcat, but that's not happening anytime soon, not at all. But yeah, so I like the new Challengers as well, and obviously, you know, I love the Mustangs. I love the way they look. I love the way they feel. I love the way they sound. Yeah, I love the way they sound. And that's all stock. I don't know if you can hear it. But I mean, it still sounds decent stock, but I can't wait to get a new exhaust for this thing, you know. For those of you who know about Houston, and you probably can't tell where I'm at right now, but I am on Highway 6, that little stretch of Highway 6 before I-10 going north, where it's just essentially just a straightaway with 3 lanes. I love this straightaway, especially since there's a wall separating the other side of Highway 6, with the other 3 lanes going the opposite direction, going south. The reason I like that is because that means no cops can turn around that quickly and catch me. So once I get up to this wall, I'm probably going to inner wall of my my 2 front wheels are pretty ran, so I'm scared a little bit. And actually my tire light is on right now, so although the tire pressure in it is the same amount of tire pressure that's in the rest of the wheels, for some reason it's showing that my driver's side wheel is actually, I don't want to go too fast, and that's what's really gonna suck, because I'm not gonna be able to buy new tires before Galveston Car Cruise this Sunday. So that's really what's gonna suck for me personally, because obviously when you're cruising with a bunch of other cars, you kind of want to, you know, go a little fast. And I do go fast. Now if I have my wife and daughter with me, I won't go as crazy as I would normally, just for the fact that I don't really want to put their lives in too much danger, or I don't want anything to happen because of my driving. Not to say that I don't know how to drive, because I do. I'm not a race car driver, but you know, you never know what could happen. I remember one time driving my car, this car, the Mustang. Just to let you know, I never knew how to drive a manual until I bought this car. Like when I bought this car, I knew that I was gonna get a manual, although I didn't know how to drive a manual. So my buddy who has a Camaro, I learned how to drive a standard transmission on a Camaro. There's a little bit of a drop off because the battery went out on the camera, so therefore at some point I was just talking to myself, which is essentially what I'm doing right now until I get viewers. By the way, I absolutely love the Texans. Just wanted to throw that out there. But the battery went out on the camera, so therefore I'm essentially starting over. I'm on my way home now. I was going to place the camera on the outside of the car while I drove down Highway 6, that little stretch of Highway 6. But since the battery had gone out and I had to charge it, I was like, never mind. It's charging right now, actually, as I speak to you. I don't know where the video left off. I don't know if I was talking about something or about anything important or not. All right, time to concentrate on the road. Worry-free retirement living. You know what I want to do when I retire? This. Yeah, those Viper ACRs, man. I saw one the other day, actually. I went to the Dodge dealership, and it was really nice. It was a gray color, a lighter gray than my car, and it was the ACR. Massive wing. That wing was huge. Such a sexy car, such a sexy vehicle. So, and you know what vehicle is sexy, but you wouldn't think it was sexy? It was pretty much looked like every other model in there, within their company, is the Porsche GT4. Love that car. I saw a video of some new YouTuber that forgot essentially that he had put money down for a GT4, or for some other car, and they said, well, we can give you a GT4, and he was like, okay. His car essentially was the same color as mine. I liked it on the Mustang, but I haven't really, you know, the reason I got it was because it was the darkest color that they had, actually. I just don't want to get another black car because I just don't want to keep up with cleaning it. But you know what? The color of these cars, this color of cars is really nice, actually. Especially with black accents. And once I get this car black accented, it's gonna look amazing, actually. That stretch of Highway 6 again. I don't know if I should. ahead. Let's go ahead and just let go of that accelerator a little bit. Bring it back down to 55, which is the speed limit. Was you got someone stopped or is it just sitting there? Oh, Honda Civic. Gotta stop. Honda Civics, man, they want to prove that they got big balls, you know. So I have some plans in the future, and with that purchase that I'm gonna make, which hopefully it'll be another unboxing video. But with the purchase that I'm gonna make, hopefully you guys will enjoy the videos a little bit more. I mean, these last few videos have been just me essentially just talking and driving. No, that's to be honest, that's how my channel will be. I want it to be more of a driving, talking channel, just because, just like Street Speed 717 and Salamandrin, sometimes Supercars in London. I mean, I like the videos where they're sitting in their cars, they're having conversations with us, you know, and with the viewers, and we just learn a little bit more about them every time, you know. And that's essentially what I want to do for the video. I want to get my perspective on things. Now, I don't know all the specs of different vehicles. I don't know the technicals, and I'm not a mechanic in any way, so I don't know how to do a lot of things. But I mean, I'm gonna learn as I go. That's the hope, that I learn as I go, and as I add mods onto my particular car, as long as it's not too big of a job where I need to buy more and more tools, you know, I'm gonna try to do it myself, you know, especially if it's something that's very easy and something I can do on my own. Wrapping the roof, I'm probably not gonna do that on my own. I have a guy who's willing to do it for 160 bucks. But yeah, I guess I'll probably just sign off right about now. I mean, there's really nothing else for me to talk about.